My name is Scorm, and you guessed it, I play Rogue. I've been playing since playtest 2. I have like 1.4k hours in the game. I've played every class, but I main Rogue every wipe, right? So I've been here from the highest highs to the lowest lows. This is kind of like a response to the recent nerfs that Iron Mace did again to Rogue and Poshy's recent video that's gained a lot of traction. I watched that video a couple times. I watched him talk about it on stream. I'm gonna link his video down below. If you guys haven't watched it, go watch that before you watch this video, if you even watch this video. But you'll have much greater context about what's going on. I agree with him on some things and I disagree with him on other things. I think he makes some really good points, some very valid takes, especially him being like such a high skilled player. He understands like the micro macro like meta of the game, and that's why he's able to break down those experiences he's had with with rogues over the past couple days so articulately. And I think it made for a really good video, and I kind of just want to be able to do the same but from like rogue main perspective, so I'm not just gonna like say my side and say where I disagree with him. I'm also gonna give possible solutions to what Iron Mace can do to Rogue, to make the play style more creative and have more than either hide weak point or rupture poison double crossbow 20 throwing knives, which is what I like. That's actually how I genuinely like to play Rogue, like unironically. 20 green throwing knives, 2 crossbows, toxic. But anyways, so in my opinion, I don't think hide is the problem. I think it's the creep and hide combination that is the problem. Dark and Darker, all of the archetypes for the classes are pulled from Dungeons and Dragons, and while not every material or every medium of entertainment should be pulled as a one-to-one to a new medium for entertainment, the lore in Dungeons and Dragons, the rogue should have the highest bag of tools and tricks and utility out of every other class except maybe for like a wizard or bard or something. We are the trickster class. We're supposed to be able to set traps, confuse, ambush, stuff like that. But again, I think the issue is the creep and hide combination. I think Landmine Rogue is also only an issue in solos. It's not an issue in trios. Duos more so than trios, but not as much as solos. But in trios, Rogue is not useless, but borderline useless. It's so hard to make good plays as a rogue in trios unless you understand the micro macro of and the ebb and flow and the push and pull of how PvP works. In Dark and Darker, you're really not making Rogue work unless you're fighting, no offense, a bad team who doesn't have that same level of understanding. And even then, then you can make Rogue viable, but it's not great. But again, this current Landmine Rogue thing is only an issue in solo play, but there are other classes, other builds that are also an issue in solo play, in my opinion, that are more of an issue than Rogue. Some of the things I'd like to see changed for Rogue is, again, remove creep, and I think eventually they need to remove hide, and I'll go into some of the changes for that if they wanted to keep hide, which I think would be pretty cool. But here's some examples. Say we remove creep and hide, or creep needs to go no matter what. Say we remove hide. What if we gave Rogue a perk called Mage Hand, right? Or something to this effect. It's the ability to summon a spectral hand that can open and close chests or doors or turn on and off lights, basically creating audio cues to bait people into thinking that someone's messing with this door on my right. How you as the rogue is sitting on the left, no hide, or you're sitting behind a barrel, right, in the darkness. This person opens the door, comes in, looks to the right, pops an ability because they think someone's opening a chest or opening a door, and then you can get the jump on them from there, right? Really, it's just something to make audio cues, right, to distract, confuse whoever you're fighting, right? Another thing could be like an astral walk, or something, you know, fuck the name, but something to this effect of an ability. Cast like an image of yourself that's running or walking in a certain direction, does some kind of action for 2 or 3 or 4 seconds, kind of like Yoru from Valorant or Ayana, however you say her name, from Rainbow Six Siege. So then someone will see that, think it's clear, come in, chase after it, pull out a bow, whatever, boom, stab, you can kill him. Great. Something to do to hide, to make hide, in my opinion, better than what it is now, because right now hide, especially with like the fucking silhouette thing they did, it promotes more landmining. It promotes less movement. Everyone is complaining about no movement. That's what hide is. You hide, you go invisible, and then you sit. That's what everyone is complaining about. Making the silhouette thing a thing again makes people not move even more. But again, hide is just like an ability that makes you not move, you know. And you know, you're fighting someone, you pop it, you walk towards them, okay, you're moving a little bit, but this is a PvP game, right? We want to fight. Promote movement, reward movement, don't punish movement, don't reward sitting still. One of the ways you can do this with hide, I think, is make it like the wizard's invis spell, right? So boom, you hit hide, you lose no movement speed while you're running at someone, but you have those flashes of a silhouette, that after image, as you're gaining ground or, you know, hitting some S movement on a ranger, trying to get close to them to, you know, close the gap and engage in a box, right? I think that would be way better, and it would promote more aggressive playstyles. It would promote movement, and that has more counterplay than someone sitting still completely invisible, because if they move at all, now they're going to be seen on the enemy screen because you have a constant silhouette while you're moving. This way, you pop it, you lose no movement speed, and it promotes, like, you use this ability, you need to move towards that person, or you can use it to disengage, right? I think that would be better than how hide currently is. But yeah, those are a couple changes. And also, like, not having 15, having 10 will, we don't get the full damage out of poison either. So we have to build 15 will to even get the full use out of hide. We have to build 15 will to get the full use out of poison. You know, it's pretty ass. Here's a couple things that I think could be used to offer some counterplay to Rogue, right? Because Poshy was saying there's currently no counterplay to hide. Every class should have some kind of utility to be able to, you know, have some kind of counterplay to hide, right? I agree to that to a certain extent, but here's maybe not every class, or every class has the ability to build to that, and you'll see why in a second, right? So, say hide, there's no nerf to hide. Hide has no silhouette. Hide is exactly as it was before the patch that just happened, right? Say if you are any class, but we'll say like wizard and cleric and warlock, right? We'll use them as an example because it's easiest for them. If you have 15 knowledge, or maybe 20 knowledge, or 7, whatever the number is, right? now you will see Rogue in a silhouette when he's in hide, because that class has the knowledge. They've getting into lore here. They've done the studying, they've done the due diligence. Like, they've been around for however many, hundreds or thousands of years as a wizard. They have that 15 knowledge or 20 knowledge. So now when a rogue goes into hide, they can see the silhouette. But any class that doesn't have 15 knowledge or 20 knowledge or whatever that threshold is, they don't see that, and rogues are just invisible. So every class would now have the ability to, if they wanted to, build 15 knowledge or whatever it is to be able to counter a rogue when he's in hide. Whether you want to have that silhouette beyond whether when they're moving in hide or not moving in hide, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Or maybe if a rogue has less than 15 knowledge, then they shimmer while they're moving in hide, right? So now the rogue, if they don't want to shimmer or have a silhouette while they're moving in hide, and now they have to build 15 knowledge or 20 knowledge. I think those are two, pretty good changes that can be made, and also falls in with the lore and the world of the game. Now it comes down to basically these changes are the same changes they made last wipe, and it completely wiped rogues off of the map of this game. And any rogues that did play hide, I didn't die to a single rogue using hide after they made these changes last wipe. It's so bad. It nerfs them so hard, right? And I play mostly in duos or trios also. I don't really play solos. So playing in a duo or a trio, and you're in a team fight and you see this blob slowly walking around, come on. It's comically bad. But I don't think this is going to change anything for solos anyways. People are still going to die to landmine rogues, and it's going to be true landmine. No, they're not moving, I think without making those changes or changing rogue, reworking rogue, these changes are going to again decimate the rogue player base. And look at wizard right now. Nobody play. I don't even see a wizard in every game that I play. I see one other class, all of the other classes, at least one in every game I play besides wizard. There's a warlock, a barb, a cleric, a druid, a rogue, a rain in every single game, whether it's solo, duo, or trio. Rarely do I see wizards, right? And that's not good for the game. And that's not going to happen to rogue as bad as it's happened to wizard, but it is going to truly neuter the player base of rogue, and that's not healthy for your game, right? So I think these changes should be reversed, and then rogue be completely reworked. When that's gonna happen, probably never, to be honest. And if it does, great, but there's so many more things that they're trying to get out and do before they rework rogue. They want to get ruins out, they want to get arena out. Next wipe is probably 2 months away. Are they really gonna rework rogue before they get arena and ruins ready and all that kind of shit? No, they're not. And I think in arena, rogue's gonna be absolutely useless like this in the state with hide how it is and shit. But yeah, I've yapped enough. Thanks for the yap sesh. Thanks for coming to the yap sesh 101. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hopefully, I didn't sound like disrespectful or like I was talking shit about Poshy or Iron Mace or anything like that. I don't agree with everything Poshy said. I agree with some of the stuff that he said for sure, and I don't agree with the way like Iron Mace is nerfing Rogue. I think it's just like a band-aid fix that isn't really fixing anything. But I mean, hey, at least they're doing something. At least Iron Mace is trying, you know? Which is good. But yeah. Like, sub, comment. See ya.
Please like and subscribe.